Libra, we're going to be doing the reading. So we're going to get right into it and see what is going on for you guys, Libra. All right, Libra, let's see what's going on. All right. Okay. So let's see, Libra, you guys have the Knight of Swords, and this is showing up in the area of your mind. I think I'm getting this as like self-talk, okay? Something about that. I think there might be something here that you're like building yourself up about, okay? That kind of thing. I am definitely understanding this as like you guys thinking like maybe even, you know what it is, Libra? There might be something here where you are very much, like in tune with, I want to say the way you're talking about yourself or your inner thoughts. There's something about that. I feel like you're like really kind of, but you know what? I am getting something about like cheering yourself on, or just making sure that whatever it is that you're kind of like saying to yourself or is like positive. I mean, that's really kind of what I'm feeling here. So in the area of your feelings, you guys have the Strength card. So I definitely feel like that's pretty accurate for some of you guys. I feel like there's something that you're feeling, a sense of like, I need to get a control of whatever this is, or you're like fighting back. Like, here's the thing, like we all like say like not super nice things to ourselves, or, you know, that I don't know why we do it. We just do. Okay. But I feel like there's something here where you are like very much aware of that, or you're feeling maybe like a push to like get a hold of that in some sense. Okay. It kind of feels like, hey, I'm not going to let an intrusive thought like friggin' run away with me, or like what, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to let that like kind of steer the boat, that kind of thing. So, all right. I will also say for some of you guys, it could very well be that with this Knight of Swords and the Strength card, it could be that you're like, you know what? I really have something I want to say here, but I wonder if you're like, I'm going to hold myself back. But here's what I don't see this as like, I'm going to hold myself back in the way that like, I'm not going to say anything. It's more like in the way that you're saying it, or the way that you're delivering information or something like that. Okay. That's what I feel like is like the focus. That's really what I'm like definitely understanding here. There's either something that you're like, I want to get this out. I want to say this, but I want to make sure that it's like being taken the right way, or like lands the right way, that kind of thing. That's what I'm feeling. But I also understand something about you guys being like, it's time to go. It's time to go. Like, we have to do this, or I have to do this. I have to say this thing, but it's like, how am I going to say it? Or there's a specific way to, I don't know, to say something or deliver information in some sense, that kind of stuff. Okay. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm feeling. I also understand something about maybe just like organizing your thoughts in some sense, that kind of thing. So I don't know. Let's see. In your environment, you guys have the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. I wonder if this is somebody who is feeling like just unincluded, or feeling like on the outside of some situation here. But it feels like if that's the case, it feels like you're trying to like, again, like, I don't know if it's like blocking out those thoughts, but it's like filtering them in some sense. Okay. That kind of thing. That, I don't know. That's really what I'm understanding here. So, all right. I'm also understanding something about you guys being like, I need to remind this person of this thing, or I need to remind somebody of something, or I don't know, could be. So you have the Emperor, and this is showing up for your possible desire here. So there's definitely a little bit, or a lot of it, about controlling something here, that kind of stuff, or being, well, yeah, I think that's what it is. It's being like disciplined and controlled in something here. What is interesting to me, Libra, is again, there's this story in my head that it's like, you want to, again, say something to maybe somebody or whatever the heck it is, but it's like you're holding yourself back about the way that you're saying it. Or maybe this could even be like, I want to go off. I want to like flip out, that kind of thing. But you might be like, well, since I can't do that, I'm going to definitely stay in control of this, still get my point across, but kind of tame the beast while doing it. Okay. That might be something that we're talking about. So it definitely could be that with this Emperor card here, it could be that your goal is to maybe like kind of get in a spot where you're feeling maybe powerful enough in some sense to kind of do whatever this is, or to, again, to like, I am definitely understanding something about, for some of you guys, like that, like intrusive thinking, or kind of letting like your mind kind of like spin out of control with like possibilities or something like that, or that kind of stuff. But again, I just feel like there's this energy of you guys trying to like kind of take control of that, that kind of thing. So you have the Magician card, and this is showing up as a possible issue here. So I don't know, maybe there's something that you're feeling like you have to take like a creative way of explaining something, that kind of stuff. But again, Strength card, the Emperor, the Magician, like, and you have the Queen of Wands here. There is definitely something about like really kind of harnessing your own power or understanding how much power you have with something, that kind of stuff. Okay. I also understand this about possibly like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's almost like, okay, it feels like there's like a disconnect in something that you're like, okay, Strength card, I'm taming my inner world. Okay, Magician, same kind of thing there. It's like, let's calm our inner world. Let's kind of like make our inner world reflect what we want our outer world to look like, that kind of stuff. Again, Five of Pentacles showing up in your environment. Maybe this is something that you're thinking of, like the outer world or your outer environment, that kind of stuff, and trying to match like what your inner world is to your outer world, that kind of stuff. Okay, so it's kind of like the power of like your mind, the power of thoughts, that kind of stuff. Okay, and then kind of manifesting that into reality. That's really kind of what I'm seeing here. So all right, okay, so let's see, you guys have the Queen of Wands. I also wonder if you're feeling like somebody has left a specific thing, either an object out of something or is leaving something out of something, or okay, I don't know if this is you or somebody around you, but I'm picking that up also. So you have the Queen of Wands. This is showing up as your opportunity. So I mean, like, this is awesome, Libra. So it feels like your opportunity is to be, I want to say, confident in whatever it is that you're doing here. There might be an energy of possibly doing something that is like off the, kind of want to say off the grid, but I don't know if that's really what I mean to say. Something that is like maybe just like different than maybe you're used to, or there's a sense of maybe not everyone's going to be, not everybody would do this, or not, maybe somebody has like an opinion about something here, and it's an opinion that I'm not sure if you're super concerned about, okay, that kind of thing. So, all right. There's definitely a indication here of putting action behind something, all right, that kind of stuff. I mean, there's certainly something about like bringing, like making your inner world, making your outer world reflect what it is that your inner world is doing. That kind of stuff. So, all right, I actually really like that, especially with this Magician card. I know it's showing up as a possible issue, but here's the thing. If you're having a hard time maybe getting something up and running, or having, manifesting something, creating something, that kind of stuff, there is a lot of energy here about like really breaking through that, okay, that kind of stuff, pushing forward with something. And again, like having that energy of like your inner world being reflected on the outside, that kind of stuff, okay? So there's definitely something in there. There's a Strength card again. So maybe you guys are dealing with a Leo here, okay? Or again, this is just like, we got to speak up on something here. We got to like friggin' like, I don't know, whoa, dude, are you kidding me? The Tower and the Seven of Swords just came out. I'm gonna attribute this to somebody here likes lyrics. I say that all the time, but it's true. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. That'd be awesome. I mean, we're talking about like having your inner world reflecting your outer world. Like, I am obsessed with lyrics. I'm obsessed with music in a way that is like should be clinically studied. Okay, that kind of thing. So I don't know. All right. Okay. So let's see. I also understand something about really wanting to deeply understand something, or wanting to, deeply understand something here that, again, other people might just totally be like, I didn't even catch that. I didn't even like pay a second mind to that kind of stuff. It's like you pick up on friggin' everything here, Libra. So, all right, let's see. Libra. Yeah, you pick up on everything. So it's like you should be letting that out. You should be like showcasing that. You know what I'm saying? Justice card. It's like, yep, you sure should be. That is you. That is you guys. So all right, let's see. Libra. Okay, there could also be a situation here, Libra, where maybe you were speaking up on behalf of somebody else, okay, that kind of situation here. If that's the case, I wonder if the recipient is well aware of that in some sense, okay, that kind of thing, all right, that's what I'm feeling. So, all right, let's see. I wonder if your opportunity is, you got to be kidding me. Guys, there's the Tower again. A little bit of a shock to the system here, huh? Okay. I mean, you might have been anticipating this. You really might have been. You might have been like, you know what? This is, there's no way that this is not going to like be found out or something like that. Hermit card. Maybe you were going like with your inner self here, but I'm also understanding that Hermit card is another push of this whole like, you have something to say, you need to let that out. You need to express yourself in that way, okay? That kind of stuff. There's definitely something about that. Like, it is almost like, I gotta tell you, it feels like that's what the absolute like overall message is here, you know? So, all right, let's try this again. Let's clarify your reading, Libra. I want to say you're dealing with a mastermind. I don't know why, but I totally want to say that. And I actually really, really enjoy that. So I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, maybe it's like, oh, you met your match with this one or something like that. There's the friggin' Strength card again, and the Sun card. Absolutely Leo energy all over the friggin' place. Okay, that kind of stuff. All right, let's see what is going on. Okay. Hanged Man is at the bottom. All right, excellent. Okay, so let's see. I was like, what are we doing? All right, so with the Knight of Swords here, you guys have the Strength card. So I'm just going to basically repeat myself a little bit because that's what I'm saying. Your message is like very, I don't know. It feels like it's like, maybe this is a message you friggin' like intuitively felt for a very long time, and this is like a major confirmation of that. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, Knight of Swords and the Strength card. Absolutely, I feel like in the air of your mind, you were thinking of like, yep, I need to figure this out, or I need to bring some information to somebody, whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. I need to say this. There's something I got to get off my chest here, that kind of stuff. And I feel like you were thinking of like, I need to get control of this before it controls me. That's what I'm saying. There's something here that I really think you were like, it's almost like you're like, I should have said this a while ago, or something about that, or you're feeling like, again, that story of like, I need to say this, but I feel kind of nervous, but I'm going to push myself to do this. And I also am still understanding that like kind of story of like intrusive thoughts or something about that, and trying to kind of like wrangle those, you know, that kind of thing. So with the Strength card, you guys have the Sun card. So yes, you might be feeling the energy of like strength, or the energy of like, I'm going to be seen, I'm going to have attention for this, that kind of stuff. But I do feel that you are feeling an energy of like, I'm ready to do something that is maybe a little bit difficult, because I think that you are, I think that there's an energy here of you guys feeling like it's necessary to bring something out into the open, that kind of stuff. Okay, that's what I'm feeling there. I mean, like really, really, really. Okay, I would also say you guys might be somebody who feels like the energy of, I don't know, whatever it is, like very strongly, that kind of stuff. Like you might be like feeling like a sense of closeness or connection, or the sense of something of you getting better at something because you have like tamed the beast in a certain area. And it's like, now you're feeling like I can reveal this, or now I can kind of like get attention for whatever this is, that kind of stuff. Okay, maybe even feeling a sense of, I want to say, relief after getting something like off your chest, or you know what I'm saying, something like that. So with the Five of Pentacles, you guys have the Queen of Swords, and this is showing up in your environment. This could be either somebody who is taking something really personally, okay, that kind of thing, to the point where maybe they're like, okay, I feel like uncomfortable here, unwanted here, that kind of stuff, and maybe is even appearing a little bit like cold, that kind of stuff. But this might be somebody who's just appearing that way because they're feeling like, I feel uncomfortable, or I feel like I'm like not wanted here, or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. This could also be somebody who is, well, again, what did we just say, Libra? That there might be somebody around you who's like onto you in some sense, or is like piecing things together, okay, that kind of stuff. And it almost feels like there's this version of like a storyline here where it's like somebody like thought that like something was inaccurate, or like, oh, that's not, I was wrong, or something about that. But as time goes on, this is somebody who's being proven like, no, actually I was pretty correct about that kind of stuff. Okay, that's what I'm feeling here. This is interesting. I don't know if you're dealing with another Libra, or if there's just been like a lot of history involved in whatever the heck is going on here, but it's I don't know. Let's keep going. So with the Emperor, you guys have the Seven of Swords here, and this is showing up as what you're wanting. So it feels like you're wanting like a cheat code to like gain control of something, you know, that kind of thing. Or you're wanting to like, I don't know, cause some distraction so somebody else can like be... For some of you guys, you are wanting to restructure something so that you can get out of something. You're wanting to restructure something here so that you're able to escape something, or get out of something, or do something without somebody getting their feelings hurt, or pulling like a sneaky something or other here. I don't know. I'm definitely understanding something regarding that. You also might be wanting somebody to do something, but you might be using like an interesting technique. So it's almost like, oh, we'll make them think it was their idea. Or I don't know, like I'm almost like picking up that energy. This is kind of like all over the place. I don't know what I'm going to title this reading. I'm like, this is interesting. So let's see. All right. Okay, so let's see. You guys have the Four of Pentacles, and this is showing up as like what to do about what you're wanting here. There is definitely something about reserving something or holding out hope for something, or maybe staying where you are for right now, or holding on to like a particular plan or something, that kind of stuff. I wonder if you're waiting for like a particular approach, or if you're waiting for somebody who's supposed to like lead the group in some sense, or I don't know, something about that. Okay, I'm getting like the passing of control or power or something like that kind of stuff. But I feel like you're supposed to like hold on to something. There's something you're supposed to like not give away for right now. I don't know if this is a physical item. For some of you guys, it could be. All right, it certainly could be, and that, or it could be that it's like, you know, you're holding on to something that you're not ready to reveal right now, okay, that kind of thing. Because what I'm understanding is there's somebody here who's like holding on to, again, like a grudge or something, that kind of stuff. Kind of feel like this might be you, or this is you understanding that somebody else is holding on to like something that happened in the past, or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. All right, so there's something about that. I almost feel like there's something about maybe having a conversation, maybe doing something in a very like delicate type of way, or a very planned out way, okay, extremely planned out, that kind of stuff. Maybe even needing to get friggin' permission from somebody for something, you know, that kind of stuff. So, all right, you have the Six of Cups, and this is showing up as what you might want to avoid. So I think there's probably an avoidance of sharing specific information with somebody here who you're going to know that way better than I am, okay, that kind of stuff. And I also will tell you another thing. I think that there's something here about maybe reviewing something, okay, like rereading something, reviewing something, that kind of stuff, possibly before shedding light on something, or before really coming out with a specific piece of information or correspondence, communication of some sort, okay, that kind of stuff. I will tell you again, I really think that, you know, whoever it is you're dealing with here, I think they are extremely bright. And I also think this is somebody who notices everything and does not say everything. And I'll tell you something, I'm picking up the energy of somebody you're dealing with. The reason why they're maybe going cold, or they're like, I know what that is, but I'm just not going to say it, is because it could have been met in the past with a shutdown type of attitude, you know, that kind of thing, or been like, we're not listening to you, or we don't care, we don't believe, whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff, okay, or gaslighting, you know, being like, oh yeah, no, that is true, but I'm going to tell you that that's false just because I'm bored today and I feel like having you question your reality. That was extreme, but unfortunately that there's plenty of people out there who I don't know, that's just the way it goes. And it's, I don't know. I don't know why people are like that. I don't know. It's pretty cool. So, all right, let's see. You guys have the Magician card, and you have it with the Hermit, and this is showing up as the possible issue. This is somebody who is like not taking action on something here. And I also feel like this is like that whole storyline of like, okay, I feel like I know what I want to say. I feel like I have enough here. I feel like this is going to, this is the time to say this, or whatever the heck it is. Or, I feel calm enough on the inside that I can now kind of like relate to I don't know, your outside surroundings, that kind of stuff. I feel like the issue here is either not believing in yourself, or knowing that you are dealing with somebody who is maybe gone through so much stuff that it's like they can see. God, this is kind of hard to put into words, isn't it? You know, and that might be part of whatever this is. Five of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords in your environment. This just might be like something that it's hard to put into words. Okay, that kind of stuff. I always think, whenever this energy comes, I always think, God, I wish I had like a projector that could just like show what it is that I'm like seeing or thinking, so that I like don't have to. Because I don't know, it's hard sometimes to like translate that into like words. I don't know. I hope that makes some bit of sense. But that's kind of what I'm feeling like is the possible issue, is like being like, do I have enough, like, am I able to actually do this? Like, should I look for outside stuff, or should I go back to what I already have or what I've already kind of experienced or something like that? Okay, that kind of stuff. I don't think either option is right or wrong. I think it's all just utilizing the stuff that you've learned, dealt with, know how to do, that kind of stuff. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. All right, so this is showing up as the possible issue. I mean, maybe this is, this could even be like, having to do something by yourself so much to the point where you could be just friggin' depleted with energy. Okay, that could certainly be it, or that could be whoever it is that you're dealing with, you know, that kind of thing. So you have the Queen of Wands, and this is showing up as what to do about this. So, all right, I feel like there's something about like pumping yourself up here, that kind of stuff, and there really is something about dipping into your creativity. It's almost like dipping into your creativity to like start some process, to like get like the juices going, that kind of stuff, and then it's like something's going to kind of like shift in that way, or you're going to feel more ready to like speak up on something or to explain something or feel more calm with something. You know what I'm saying? Like the Queen of Wands, this could be like getting out energy, you know, like we were saying, in whatever it is, maybe running around, doing it in a creative form, singing, whatever the heck it is, you know, something like that. All right, doing something kind of, I want to say like offbeat in some sense, that kind of stuff, but that like it relates to you in some sense, or makes you feel like a burst of energy, something that's like giving you energy when you might be feeling like, okay, I have to do this thing, or I know I have everything set up and good to go, but like, I don't know, am I really gonna, you know, I don't know. There's something. I also understand something about feeling like you have to like double check something a million times, or there you know, maybe a little bit lack of confidence there. Okay, that kind of stuff. So, all right, you have the Fool card, and this is showing up as what to avoid. So, I think that this is like, I gotta tell you, I almost get this Fool card as abandoning some plan that you already kind of like started. Do you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. But I would also say avoiding thinking that that just because somebody around you is maybe a silent observer in something, okay? Don't assume that they don't know what's going on. I'm telling you, I really understand. Like I really, really like feel this energy in your environment. Okay. I really feel like this is somebody who has maybe been like turned down like one too many times here, or has been like constantly met with like a closed door, or you know what I'm saying, like something like that, to the point where they're like, okay, I'm just going to keep this on the inside. And this might be somebody who's like, maybe this is a cross-watching video, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, it feels opposite. That's what it feels like here, but I don't know. It's interesting. I would say avoid thinking that somebody is completely unaware of something. That's really what I'm feeling here, okay? Like, yeah, that's what I think. Or like that strongly what I feel. So, all right, you guys have the Queen of Wands, and then you have it with the Empress card. This is showing up as your opportunity. First of all, this is a quite nice combination here for your opportunity. This is somebody who is extremely capable and also has like I want to say is like down for something. They're like, I know I can make this work. I can make this once I start doing something here, it's going to get easier. Once I start kind of doing something and start believing in myself, or again, like kind of breaking through a creative block, that kind of stuff, it's like, that's where the growth is, or that's where something like gets easier, that kind of stuff, or you're feeling more confident about something, you know, that kind of stuff. So you have the Chariot, and this is showing up as what to do about this. So another card of like getting control of something. So I mean, your whole, I was gonna say your whole lesson. That's interesting. That is very interesting, isn't it? So maybe this is just a lesson on control, discipline, inner control, all that kind of stuff. Definitely like getting control of something. But it's interesting because I don't even like, yes, control, but it's like inner control, or like discipline, you know, something like willpower, like forcing yourself to do something here. All right, that kind of stuff. That's what I'm feeling. I also wonder if you're feeling like, I would do this if this particular person wasn't here. I don't know who that person is, okay, but it's like there's like a holdup or a block of some sort here, that kind of stuff. And I wonder if you were giving a little bit too much power to somebody around you, maybe because you are aware this is a person who's like very they know what they know, or, you know, I don't know, that kind of stuff. But maybe it's not like just outright saying it, like, oh, I'm aware of that thing, or I have, I don't know, or I've seen this before. I don't know, something like that. Okay, that kind of stuff. So, all right, you have the Emperor card, and this is, I'm also getting the idea, or the imagery rather, of somebody who is actually seeing something from the outside. It's like, I viewed this from the outside. I saw this event happen from the outside, or I saw this interaction happen. I don't know, they like physically witnessed it or something like that. Okay. All right, so you have the Emperor card. You got to be kidding me. Oh my God. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe you're like a friggin' CEO of something here. I'm like, it's a lot. Okay, so I don't know. But you have like the Emperor friggin' twice. You have the Sun card, Strength card twice, the Magician card, Fool. I mean, like it's all over the place here, and it's all like getting control on something, like being like disciplined with yourself or disciplined with a situation around you, trying to make sure that like you're feeling nice, calm, cool, and collected on the inside. So that's being reflected on your outside world, that kind of stuff. Definitely getting that feeling of like pushing yourself to speak up on something or to reach correspondence with somebody or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. So what to avoid this Emperor, it's like, yes, control, discipline, all that stuff, but that does not mean micromanage, okay? It doesn't mean micromanage. It doesn't mean doing something that is like maybe a bad use of power, okay? I wonder if maybe there's a feeling here of, I wonder if I use my power in not such a great way. And if that is the case, I think it's because you're very much aware that there is, again, a person or maybe multiple people around you. I more so understand this as like a specific individual that you're kind of thinking about who is, again, that they are very well aware of, I think probably lots of stuff, or there's somebody who notices things that everybody else would just not even like pay second mind to. I don't know if that makes sense, but wouldn't like look twice at, or so I don't know, something like that. Okay, so yes, so I do think that there's something about like not micromanaging a situation, not letting yourself be micromanaged, okay? And also like really checking in with yourself to make sure that like whatever all this power and stuff that you're putting behind something, making sure that it's like for a good purpose, okay? That kind of stuff. All right, so that was an interesting reading, Libra. I hope this reading was helpful and made sense, all that kind of stuff. If not, you can, I was gonna say control your other readings. You cannot control your, well, I don't know. You could check your other readings, and then otherwise I'll see you guys back for your next one. All right, thank you. Bye.